power legs the day after a 600k ride and 10,000 meters, well, more than 10,000 meters elevation. I'm going to share that and share my recovery tips because in short, my legs feel fine. So I know a lot of you in the comments were like, oh, how are you going to feel the day after? Oh, I'd be in a ditch. I won't be able to get up. But actually, I did think that I would be I thought I'd have more soreness than I've currently got, but yeah, the legs feel pretty good. So I still feel that I've obviously been on my bike for a while. And when I was walking downstairs, it was kind of like a little bit, I could feel it, but it's not like there's no pain, it's not like I couldn't ride my bike today if I wanted to. I could. I'm definitely not going to be though. But yeah, they feel pretty good. So I guess the only thing that I'm feeling today is I feel a little bit sleepy and a little bit dehydrated. So I'm going to go into some of those or other recovery tips because it's not always been like this. I've done like way shorter rides, way less elevation, and I felt shocking the day after. I remember one time, this was a particularly bad one. My friend had to bring me, not even food actually, a packet of Calippo isolis because I couldn't stomach, I just was like, the idea of any food, no, but I need to eat something, and that was the only thing that I could eat, and I ate the whole box of them. So first tip is, this is not really a tip, it's just basically like build up over time. So if I'd gone from doing like no climbing then to doing like 10,000 meters in one ride, I'm pretty sure that my legs would be like, what is going on? But because I do a lot of climbing, like my legs are conditioned and used to climbing. I think this year I've done, someone sent me a message actually saying, oh my God, I can't believe how much you've done this year. I think it's like 112, 110,000 meters elevation. I'm not sure, is that a lot compared to who? You shouldn't really compare, but I guess, yeah, most of my rides are hilly, so they are used to it. So there's no real shortcut. It's just preparing your body. I mean, if you've got something in mind that you want to like train for, like if it's a hilly event, train hills. Second thing is hydration. And yeah, I think I've got this habit of when I finish a ride, I basically just want to eat and sleep and not drink anything. And I think that's my major downfall. And I need to get better at that. And then I guess along with drinking, like I'm good drinking on rides generally, but yeah, it's afterwards that I don't. But also make sure you're having electrolytes because I think that was my main thing, because I used to feel like after long rides, I didn't used to have electrolytes. The next day I'd feel like I was like properly hungover until I started using electrolytes. I was like, that's what it is. I always thought it was a bit of a scam, and I was like, nah, I don't need them. Also, the other thing to have if you run out of electrolytes or you're just feeling like, I don't know, a little bit headachy on like mid-long ride, have celery. So celery is like really high concentrated in like sodium. So I'll sometimes buy a pack of celery mid-ride and just have a little munch on that. Not for the calories or anything like that, but more for the mineral content. So that's a good little tip. Next thing, food, like leading on to food. So yeah, just making sure that you are fueled during the ride, and then when you finish riding, making sure that you're eating like a really good hearty meal. So for me, the main things, I guess running up to like generally all the time actually, I have a pretty good diet, and a lot of my diet is made up of fruits and veg because one, I'm vegan, and two, I just love fruit, and I just don't think there's anything better because it's high in nutrients, vitamins, and it's high in water content as well. So like this morning I've had a whole watermelon just because I'm just feeling really dehydrated, so I've drank some water, had some watermelon, and already I feel a little bit better. So I do think that that is part of why I'm able to recover like I have, because my diet is generally pretty good. Next one is sleep, and these are all really like simple things, but it's just how you like tweak them around. So with sleep, because I knew I had this big ride coming up, I made sure that in the week leading up to it, I was kind of like banking sleep. Not necessarily banking sleep, but more I was making sure that I was getting around. My optimum for me is 9 hours. So I was trying to make sure that I was trying to get 9 hours a night leading up to it, so that my body was feeling the most prepared, because there's nothing worse than going into a big ride like that, like run down on sleep, and you're just gonna then be prone to picking up, I don't know, like bugs and just getting ill, and potentially injuries as well. So sleep is just super, super important. And I'm very lucky that I've been able just to sleep in this one. I didn't need to get up super early to go to work or anything. So yes, I was able to sleep until my eyes just wanted to wake up. And the next thing, stretch, stretch, and stretch some more. So I'm actually getting good at this. Not good in terms of like, I'm not like a really good yoga person, but I'm getting good at the habit of it because I know how much difference it makes to my legs the day after a big ride. So when I get back from a ride, I've got a video to this. It's basically like, if you're like a lazy person that doesn't really want to stretch, perfect video for you, because I basically like, I watch loads of different videos of like stretching and yoga and stuff, and I just pick the best ones from each of those videos and just make like a really short, I think it's like, takes me about 6 minutes. And that's based on like targeting the areas that I most use for cycling and climbing. So that's glutes, hips, hamstrings, quads. I've done it before where I've got back like home at like 2 in the morning, cracked out the yoga mat, and just because I know how important it is, and it is literally just 6 minutes. So please do it. Your body will thank you for it, and you will feel so, so, so much better the day after. So get into the habit of doing it. Linked below is my video. Hope you like it. Let me know how you get on. And then the final thing is, this is basically like, don't mess yourself up actually on the event. That's the best form of recovery, is not like going too hard on the ride, and also having the bike that fits you and your needs the best. So for me, my bike, I love it, Ribble Endurance SL, just love the fit of it, don't get any aches or pains, and my gearing is super low so that I'm able to climb all day without having to like really grind and like really tense up my muscles. Like I still have to put a fair amount of effort in to get up the hills, it's the same, but it's just mean that you can spin more so that you're not really grinding your muscles and just like churning them up. So that's kind of the best. Like prevention is the better than trying to recover from like hurting yourself on the guys. Like I say, it's a long way, it's a lot of climbing, but it just makes it that little bit more pleasant and makes you able to recover quicker. So if you are wanting to do longer rides, longer hillier rides, get lower gearing. Shimano GRX I think is really good for it because you can get 46/30 at the front, and you can get like, I think it's a 34 or a 36 at the back, so you can have really low gearing to be able to get up pretty much anything. Hope you found that helpful. Any questions, as always, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you all next video. God, there's a fly. Yeah, see you next video. Also, hair, I got back and washed it and then went to sleep on it, so I think the best thing for it was this, but that's why it's looking a little bit rough.